Okay, let's give you guys some practice. So here you're given that y is proportional to the cube of 1 over the square root of x. Basically, it's y is proportional to blah, 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 blah. So well, the minute you get given this here, you can jump to y equals k, and then that complicated thing there. And then use these 2 points here. Put this into the x here, and then put this into the y here to find out your k. So, and once you've got your k, you pretty much have an equation. And then by using this equation here, you can put this into the y, and then work backwards to find out x. So this x here would then represent this thing here, and then use the same equation here to well, put this into the x, and then work it out, and then work y out, and then y would then represent this gap here. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, another tip: when given something complicated like this, you could always visualize it as this. So here you've got a bubble here, square root of x at the bottom. So the minute you get the square root of something, then you can imagine it as to the power of a half. Okay. So this thing here, you've got this thing here. To the power of 3. Well, the minute you have 1 over something, you can visualize it like this: x to the power minus whatever. Okay, so here you've got this thing here. It's getting simpler now, and with indices, whenever you have a power and then power it again, it's basically this thing times this thing here. So it's basically 3 timesing a fraction. So that then becomes x to the power of minus 3 over 2. So this complicated thing here is pretty much this. So you can, so rather than looking at this here, you could look at this. Y is proportional to this thing here. So well, anyway, do whatever you have to do. Find out. Oh, well, find out this and this. And by the way, when another piece of clue, if you have something like to the power of minus 3 over 2 here, if you have x to the power of 3, let's say y equals this. Hang on, let's say this. Let's say this is 6. Say, if you want to find out what x is, you would cube root both sides. So you would do this here. You would cube root. Well, take the 6 down and then cube root this. Then that will give you x. Now, if you have this thing here, just imagine this is a whole bubble here. Suppose you have something like this. Let's say 6 here. If you want to work out what x is, then who cares? Well, over here it's just a bubble here. Here is just another bubble. So you would do this here. You would, whatever root this is, well, you would root this thing to both sides. So it will become this root. Well, whatever this thing is, minus 3 over 2, which is minus 1.5. So there should be a button on your calculator. Well, you've got one button like this, something like this, and then you should have another button where it's something like this. Hang on, root y here, and then yeah, you should have this button here. See, this button then will help you solve this. If you don't know how to use your calculator, you have to get an adult to help you somehow. Okay. Well, anyway, do whatever you have to do here. Find this point. Well, fill in this gap. Fill in this gap. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so here earlier I showed you that this thing is really the same as y is proportional to x to the power of minus 3 over 2. Okay, so the minute you get given this here, you can jump to y equals k x to the power of minus 3 over 2. And then, yeah, well, minus 3 over 2, I'm going to just call it minus 1.5. You could leave as 3, well, I'm going to leave as minus 1.5. So this is our equation here. Okay. So now we need to work out our k. So let's put this 3 here into the x here. Okay. And then put this y here. So put the 5 here into the y. So this then would become, hang on, it would become 5 equals k to the power of, well, x is 3 to the power of minus 1.5. Okay, so let's get a calculator and work out this bubble here. So you've at the moment you've got what k times in this bubble. Let's just work out that bubble first. So calculator. Um, so clear this. Hang on. So this would be basically be 3 to the power of. This is on my calculators. This button here to the power of. I'm going to use bracket just in case. Bracket 1 - 1.5. Okay, close it off, equals this. So basically, well, basically it's 0.19, 0. Roughly 0.19 k 5 here. Okay, I'm just going to put this number into memory. So memory store, clear this. Let's check it. Yeah. Okay, so to work out k, I would get 5 divided by whatever was in my memory here equals this. So k equals 25.98, 25.98. Okay, so now we can put this k. So we can put 25 point whatever into this k. So our equation is y equals 25.98 x to the power of minus 1.5. Okay. By the way, if you can't simplify this, then leave it as a fraction. You could power it to a fraction. Well, if it doesn't simplify, you can leave it as a fraction. Okay, so now we've got our value of k here. This is our k here. Okay. We can just put this into the y here. So this will become right there 2/7 equals 25.98 x to the power of minus 1.5. So now let's get rid of this thing here. So divide both sides by that. So when you divide both sides by that, it gets multiplied to the bottom. So on my calculator, it will be. Hang on, let me put this into memory. Okay. All right. So now, so basically, it's 2 divided by bracket 7, because it gets multiplied to the bottom. 7 times my memory, and then close it off. That equals this. Okay. So so far we've got x to the power of minus 1.5 equals this thing here. 0.01 and 0.01 here, and then what? And then we want to work out x. So we're gonna just like when you have say x to the power of 3 equals whatever. Let's say 7 here. To work out x, you would cube root both sides. Okay, so you would do this cube root. You see, even if this is a weird number here, I can just put a weird number here. So on my calculator, I'm going to do this. So x here equals 0.01, and then cube, well, whatever root this is, minus 1.5. So because this is a minus 1.5 here, I can minus, well, root whatever that means. I don't know. I'm just going to punch into the calculator. So it will be that number, and then so basically in order to execute this bit here, you need to have this button here, x, and then this to the power to the y here. You need to search this button, and if you don't understand how to use this button, you've got to ask an adult. So here it will be. Hang on, it will be. So I need to do this. Punch this button here, and then bracket minus 1.5. So 1.5. This button here minus that. Close it off. Equals this. So this will be 20.22. So up here, hang on, up here it will be 20 point, sorry, this up here would be 20.22. Okay, and then to work out y here, where's our equation? Our equation is this one here. So now we've got x. We got the 8. Put the 8 into here. So to do this here, it would be, hang on, let me clear this, clear it. Okay, so to do this here, it would be 8 to the power of minus 1.5. So hang on, let me put it here. So to do this bit here, I will need to get 8 to the power of here, my bracket my 1.5, and then minus, close it off, equals this. So it equals this here. So basically that number here on the calculator represents this bit here. Okay, so now I need to times 25.98. So now it's times 25.98 equals this thing here. So y will be 1.1, roughly 1.15. Okay, yeah, 1.5. So roughly this number is only well, there are a lot of rounding off errors here, but yeah. So this here would be your answer. Okay, and just to give you a kind of just to give you a rough idea of what it would look like. If you plot a graph, hang on, if you plot a graph of y equals y equals x to the power. Remember this whole thing here. Sorry, hang on. This whole thing here equates to x to the power of minus 3 over 2. So this thing here is the same as this. So when you plot a graph of y equals minus 3 to the power of 2, that will give you this red line here. Okay, and the blue line is y equals 1 over x. Just to give you an idea of how the red line compares with the blue line. But this thing here is represented by the red line here. Okay, so it's going to be that kind of a relationship. Okay.